finale. This is the Celebrity Shoe Show and the elite feet of Hollywood. The hottest fashions often require more than just a monetary sacrifice. There was a recent study by the APMA, the American Podiatric Medical Association, which shows that 82% of women are willing to sacrifice their foot health for fashion, meaning they'd rather look good. They don't care how they feel. So, since many women are not willing to trade in their heels for sneakers, well, we suggest the following guidelines so that women from LA to New York can still overcome the foot problems that are associated with wearing some of the season's latest styles. Slingbacks, very common footwear style. Jennifer Aniston likes to wear these. The problem with the slingbacks is that they can cause blisters and toe pain and twisting of the heel and the ankle because the straps in the back can be so tight and they can irritate the skin and cause the foot to slide, and then it cramps the toes. Also, when you slide in these types of shoes, it causes a lot of instability as well. So you can suffer an ankle sprain very easily. If you wear the slingbacks, you need a low-fitting heel or a square toe box, and you need to consider only wearing the slingbacks if you don't plan to do a lot of walking or standing. So they're not very functional in many ways. Next, we have the flats, slides, and ballet slippers. Who likes to wear these? Well, Reese Witherspoon likes to wear these. And the problem with these, and again, as the weather warms up, we'll be wearing more of these. We'll see more and more of these. It causes plantar fasciitis, which is pain in the heel and in the arch of the foot, and a pulling on the Achilles tendon, which is back here. The soles are very thin on this type of footwear, and it causes it causes for a lack of support. There's less cushioning, and overall, it's just not a very well-made type of shoe. The solution is not to wear them for long periods of standing or walking, and try a cushion support inside. And if you're going to wear these, make sure that the soles are stable. They don't twist a lot. Next, we have flip-flops and toe ring flats. Cameron Diaz likes to wear these. So the problem is that they can cause a lot of irritation in between the toes, and the callus and dead skin can build up on the heels because of these, and there can be a lot of twisting. The problem is the materials between the toes can rub, and that causes a lot of irritation. And the edge of a backless shoe can cause a lot of friction. The reason why we call it a flip-flop is because when you walk in these flip-flops, it flips and flops off your foot. When you come off the ground, it falls down, and then it slaps back into the heel. And that's where we develop the callus, that impact every time it slaps against the heel when you come down on the ground. So, also, these have a lot of inadequate support. So, a flip-flop is really not recommended, even though it's very convenient. We can slip right into them and just go. But it's not a good type of footwear for us to choose. And if you wear them, you want natural material, like a soft, supple leather, not the plastic, and make sure that the shoe fits properly and your heel's not hanging off the edge. So here we have fashion sneakers. These are definitely more for the younger crowd. They can be made with Velcro, laces, and no laces. And we know that Kelly Osbourne likes to wear these. So the problem with these is that they cause a lot of arch and heel pain also, and you can get athlete's foot and foot odor very easily. The fashion sneakers typically have very little support, and they're very flexible. And if you wear these without socks, then there's a good chance you'll get athlete's foot. These types of shoes, the sneakers, they don't let the foot breathe. The material's very solid. There's no way for the air to escape. So if you wear these, you do need to wear them with the laces. That's better. Okay, there's more support, they're more stable. And you want to use a moisture-wicking sock. So when it comes to socks, the best ones have a mixture of cotton and polyester, 65 cotton, 35 polyester, or silk or wool, but those are more expensive. So what this will do with that combination is it'll actually draw the moisture away from your foot, hold it in the sock, and it keeps the foot dry. So that way we can avoid nail fungus, warts, and athlete's foot. Also, with the fashion sneakers, You need to wear these shoes for a limited amount of time if you just choose to wear them at all. And they can benefit from a lot of art support, like a custom-made orthotic, something like this, that fits into the shoe. We make these at Progressive Foot Care. That's my practice on a regular basis. And that can benefit you dramatically, and they last for years. And you need to make sure that these shoes don't twist if you choose to wear them as well. So here we see the pointy toes and the narrow, round toes. Well, Lucy Liu likes to wear these. And I think she's a great actress, but this is not a good choice of footwear because it can very easily cause ingrown toenails and hammer toes. The problem is they're so narrow that it squeezes the toes together, and it can very easily squeeze the nail into the skin, cause the ingrown toenail. As well, when the toe box is so narrow and tight, it causes the toes to cramp up, and we develop hammer toes like this. Okay? So the answer is, if you're getting ingrown toenails while wearing these shoes, cut them straight across. If the ingrown nails continue, you do need to see a podiatrist for this. And if you're wearing these types of shoes, make sure there's room in the toe box so that your toes are not so cramped. Also, there are high heels and stilettos and wedge heels. Now, these are probably the most luxurious shoes that we can wear. They make us look so much better, accentuate the curves, and Elle Macpherson's been known to wear these. Now, the problem is when the heel goes high, it puts a lot of pressure on the ball of the foot, and when you have a high heel, you can get what? Ankle sprains very easily. So you do need to be careful when you choose these shoes. You want them to be lower. We always say no more than 2.5 inches high. And you should always be shopping for these shoes towards the afternoon, the later afternoon, especially if your feet have a tendency to swell, because you'll always be fitting them to the larger size if you swell. Okay, you don't want to be fitting to the small size, then you cramp into, you squeeze into it. So also, you want to use a padded insert for a high-heeled shoe, and the custom-made orthotics can be made thinner and smaller to fit inside of a high-heeled shoe as well. So also we have platform sandals and platform shoes. Kate Hudson wears these, and they can cause ankle sprains also, like the other shoes, as well as knee, hip, and lower back pain. The problem is they're not very well made. They're very thin, very flimsy, and when you go high up in the heel in these, they can cause ankle sprains, as we said, and because there's so little support in the platform sandals and the platform shoes, you feel the impact right through your leg from the heel up to the knee, the hip, and the lower back. So if you wear these, you should avoid uneven terrain, try not to do too much walking, and make sure that they are low and secure with straps around the ankles. And here we have strappy sandals, ankle straps, and gladiator-style sandals. Deborah Messing likes to wear these. So these can cause a number of problems, like irritation around the straps rubbing against the skin on the foot, and if the straps are very tight, they can choke off the circulation in the foot. And with a high heel, again, in this, just like the other high heels, can cause ankle sprains. So you need to have something sensible when it comes to these types of sandals. Low, wide heels are much better. A kitten heel for wider support, and that way you'll have much more balance when you wear these types.